Welcome to the heart of Sooner Nation, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. And if you aren't familiar with the saying, Boomer Sooner, you will be soon enough. What a scene this is, a veritable cavalcade of colors, stripe after stripe that they hope leaves the visitors dizzy. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Hawai'i Rainbow Warriors, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Rainbow Warriors will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. He's got great speed, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. So the Oklahoma Sooners offense will start this game off. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen that kind of come and go some throughout the years, but it started with serious physicality back in the day when they ran the option and just hit you in the mouth. But, you know, football's evolved, and that's the one thing about this offense. Can they keep their physicality and assert their physicality? The good Oklahoma teams are physical.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
2nd down after the offense averted absolute disaster. The give out of the gun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. They'll run the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. The Sooners will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And he will boom that punt out of bounds. No chance for a return. Let's see where the officials spot it. The Rainbow Warriors offense will take the field for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
They'll stop him at the 22 after a 5-yard pickup. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Tackled immediately after the catch. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the 2nd quarter. Looking to throw, it's Mayo. starting to feel a little pressure. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And come on now, O-line. You got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one to get you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And the Rainbow Warriors will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Makes his connection. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Sooners want to move quickly. Just the ability to move the chains, keep the drive going, sort of quintessential efficiency from a Sooner quarterback.
Yeah, and from a Sooner offense because, Reese, they keep the drive going, but what does that do? Most Oklahoma teams over the years, we see them go fast, and they wear you down throughout a football game. So the quarterback play on those completions that move the sticks, that make you play 3 more plays, 4 more plays, 5 more plays, and just wear you out.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
He's got his man. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He's looking to throw. Gets rid of it. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Still looking on the move. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. He's looking to pass. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
Hawaii ready to go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Dropping back, it's Mayo. Dances away. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The give to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Rainbow Warriors line up to punt it away. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. First down here for the offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And this is dropped. It was just too easy, and he didn't look it in. Looking to throw on second down. Forced out of the pocket. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Third down coming up.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Skips away from pressure. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from Norman so far, and a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about, but I think it all starts with this defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
And the Sooners will kick it away to start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Hawaii has it back as they send the offense onto the field. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Mayo. On the run, still looking. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. And the Rainbow Warriors will punt this one away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. The Sooners want to crank the tempo. Got his man quickly. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18.
Good enough for a first down.
Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Second down coming up.
They'll go right back to the run. Working his way and keeping those legs moving. Picks up 5 down to the 14. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. And guys, the defenses have stood tall, kept the offenses out of the end zone, but now a chance for the first touchdown of the game. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the 3rd quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trendsetter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Vanderbilt rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. This offense has a second down play. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to pass. It's Mayo. Quickly complete. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Hold it, open.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. He wants to throw it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. And here comes the offense on second down. He'll just keep slinging it. This time he's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Quarterback extends the play. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
And all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Rainbow Warriors send out the punt unit. Let's see what he can do with it. Makes a move. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Wants to throw on first down. He'll pull it down. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Sooners in the hurry-up.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Getting some heat. Moves around to clear up the vision. Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hawai'i offense returns to the field. Scanning the field, it's Mayo. The quick out. And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On second down, he'll fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He's going up top here late in the game. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. This was hardly an offensive juggernaut, but sometimes you lean on your defense and grind out a win.
This was a defensive struggle, no doubt about it, but we know this is a team game, and the defense certainly did what they needed to do. The offense just barely did enough. That's the important part, and David, moving forward, they're going to have to play better on that side.
I think it looked more like an offensive struggle, not a defensive struggle. They definitely brought their A game, but listen, all you needed was enough points. Win, advance, build some confidence, find some things with this offense down the road that you do better.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.